Hello and welcome back to a little bit of a different vlog. I know a few of you have commented on my past vlogs where I have shown a little bit of my process around a stall weekend, and you've asked for a little bit more of an in-depth vlog about it. So I thought I would film my prep and the days of the vlog a little bit. Now it is a very hectic time, there's a lot of things to be done, there's a lot to be concentrated on the weekend itself, and there's a lot of time scales I've got to meet to, which I will go into very shortly. So there isn't tons of footage in depth in a sense of recording every part of the day, as it's just not doable. But if you were looking for that sort of thing, please let me know and I will try my hardest next time. However, this is the final stall, final Kirkstall Abbey stall that I do anyway, of the year, and it's the final Kirkstall Abbey stall in general. I don't tend to do any other stalls at the moment, but next year that is a goal of mine, so I don't actually have any more stalls this year. So if you did want something like that, I can try and factor that in next year. March would be the first stall of the year for me. But let's start off with a bit of prep. So for this stall I decided to release some gecko kits. I've had gecko kits for a while, but my partner and I honed them a little bit and made the graphics of the kits match the colours in the kit, so that you weren't confused with the coloured gecko on the front. You kind of can see the kit and the colour that you will be making in that kit. So we spent a long time colour correcting the photographs. I made each individual gecko so that we could have them on display. I photographed it, as you can see, edited those photos, had them uploaded on the website, so they were on the website prior to the stall, because I just thought a little £5 kit for, you know, your little ones or your siblings or your cousins, I don't know, friends, something for them to make as a stocking filler, a very cheap and cheerful stocking filler, and I thought these would be perfect. So we spent a long time preparing these, and probably over 3 consecutive nights we just stayed up late making all of those, counting all the beads, putting them into their cellophane and everything. One thing to note, I would like to stop using cellophane, but I have quite a lot of it left over, so I'm trying to use that up. But eventually I'd like to go to glassine or something, or a different alternative. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Another thing that I tend to prepare a lot of, and probably consistently every month, are coasters. I do my acrylic pour coasters. They are very popular on the stalls, and these hexagons I've recently managed to buy the blanks of. For a while I couldn't find them. Unfortunately they came with the cork backings already on, so as you saw there, they did get a little bit covered in paint, so I've had to scrape them off and fork out for additional backings, which is not ideal because these hexagons are a lot more expensive than the circular and the square coasters. So I'm not sure if these are lucrative enough for me to continue doing, but we will see. But yes, so I tend to prepare a lot of coasters for my stalls. They are my most popular selling item, and I would be silly not to prepare lots. And you will learn when you do stalls what your favourite items are, and you will probably have to continuously make those constantly. And packaging is key. So here I'm putting belly bands on my coasters. I sort them out, put the best on top, because obviously that's the one people see. On the stall people do ask to open them up, which is absolutely fine, and I just slide them out of the belly band so they can see, but I tend to try and show the best looking one, in my opinion, on top, so that's more eye-catching for the customer. You've got to think about things like that, and so that's how I choose the top one. And then we added these very simple belly bands. They say what the item is, they have a little bit more information in small underneath, it has my branding on, and it just ties it all together. And if you are giving it as a gift, it is a perfect little finishing element to the coasters. So it's just thinking about things like that a little bit more. Again, if you want to see more of my processes about my packaging and things like that, do let me know and I can do a vlog on that perhaps, because like I say, I'm constantly doing that for my website, not just the stalls, so it's something interesting that I could cover as a topic maybe in a different vlog in the future, so do let me know. Again, in my October stall I sold a lot of these painted laburnum wood discs. You saw me do these in a video a while back, and they were very popular in October, and that was before people were even thinking about buying their Christmas decorations. I completely sold out of the robins. Robins are just such a common kind of need at Christmas, aren't they? I sell a lot of robin themed things, and so I had to ask my partner's brother to chop me down some more laburnum discs. I'm hoping to get my own circular saw next year so I can do it myself, but he had to chop some more down for me, and at this point of me painting these, I had already sold 3 of them, so I was only really preparing 6 for the stall, which in my eyes wasn't enough, but I actually had no more discs to do after this, so this had to be it. And I also found a more streamlined way of painting them. I like them all to be different, and this is still different, but I kind of painted them all at the same time. I got a bit of paint on the wood there, but luckily I can sand it off, which is fabulous. That's the beauty of the wood. But yes, I painted them all at the same time, and it worked out wonderfully. And once they were all dry, I used some gloss varnish by Winsor & Newton here. And as you can see, it really brings the colour of the wood out and makes the painting pop against it. These were by far the best robins I painted out of all the robins I've done prior to this, so I was really, really pleased with them. And yeah, they did very, very well at this stall. I'm obviously filming this a little bit after this voiceover after I've finished the stall, and I've actually sold out of the robins again, so they were very worth doing. Anyway, I've got a little bit of a snippet of talking here, so I'll let you listen to that. It is stall day. I've just packed the car up. I didn't show any of it because it was just boring and me tessellating. I'll show you what it kind of looks like if I've unlocked the car. But my car's quite small, so it takes a lot of tessellating to try and get it all in there. But we are finally done, and we're going to set off and get some breakfast on the way, and then maybe I'll time-lapse a bit of the unpacking and setting up process. So at this point here, we've had to unload the car and then move the car out of the grounds. It's a very small parking area for this particular stall. Then we've set up the gazebo. So this is a rock awnings gazebo. It was quite an investment. I think I spent over £400 on this. But after many, many months of doing stalls in the rain and my old cheaper gazebo leaking, it was definitely an investment worth doing, and I'm very pleased with it. It's done me a solid since. I've set up some grids so I can hang things on the side of my gazebo. We've honed the setup quite a lot. We've learned that we need to put the grids up first and then put the sides of the gazebo up. In summer we don't tend to bother with the sides, it's just that it's obviously windy, we've got a lot of light items, and if it rains and blusters and whatnot, we don't want the gazebo to be taken off with a gust of wind. So we've learned quite a few different tricks, and I suggest if you are going to do a stall to hang vertically if you are doing artwork or such, because it is a perfect space saver. It's eye-catching, it makes the customers look upwards and not just down. It's just a really nice way of getting some stock out there and actually displaying it nicely in some frames. We do offer frames on the stall. It is a bit of a harder thing to do to offer frames, but definitely worth it if you can. People do like to buy them with frames in because it makes the perfect gift and they don't have to do any work really. But yes, the setup it's a difficult one, especially if the ground's wet. You don't want to put your stock on the ground, but it's difficult to find your stock. You know, definitely packing a bit more effectively is key. And as you can see here, we've got different levels, different display items. I made that little one in the one that I'm looking at now, putting the gonks on. I made that display out of some wood and an old IKEA hanging thing. The display on the right, however, is some steps that are already made from IKEA. So you just finding what works for you is just the key. But here's the final setup, and it's very colourful, probably one of the most colourful stalls in the market, and it definitely pays off to have a lot of small things, a lot of big things, a mixture of products, and you know, it always pays off to do that. But anyway, I'll let you listen to the next segment of the video now. Alright, it is the next day. I didn't film anything else whilst we were at the stall because, to be honest, during the day it was just constant people coming up to the stall, you know, asking me questions, buying things, taking leaflets for my pet portraits, things like that. And then afterwards it's just the reverse of setting up. I'm just taking it all down, trying to tessellate it in all my boxes and then tessellate it in my car so it all fits like Tetris. And that's kind of the gist. It's not as easy packing away. It's definitely the hardest part. It tends to be, you know, you're tired, your feet are sore after 2 days of standing on them all day, and you know, for some reason my setup and takedown is a lot longer than a lot of other people's, and so I tend to be the last person taking down. You know, the people running these markets are kind of stood around waiting for me to pack the car up. So it's kind of a bit of a mad rush at the end there and trying to get it all in. And then when we get home, we're so tired, you know, we tend to, I don't know, order in or make something super quick for dinner and then just vegetate for the rest of the evening. There doesn't tend to be much else going on. However, I've got a lot of inked portrait commissions going on. I've actually had to close all my commissions because I just can't fit any more in before Christmas, and so I had to come back and I did some more inkings and finish those off. So that's 2 done. I've got 2 left to go, an A4 and an A5, so hopefully we're on track for that. But yes, it's been a very, very good weekend. Very pleased with it. We've done probably the best we've done all year. It's definitely made me think that I'd like to do some more Christmas stalls next year. Maybe I'll make that a goal, is to do a few more stalls during the year as well. But yeah, it's been a really good weekend and I'm really happy and thankful for everyone who always comes down and supports me at the stalls. You know, old and new customers, we definitely have a select few customers that are very, very loyal. They come down to every stall every month and always buy something new when I've got new products. Things to know, my little snowman did the best. Some little gonks or gnomes, if you like to call them that. My little wooden discs that I paint, you saw a video of that a while back of me painting those. They have done fantastic. I've only got 8 left and I did a restock of those for this stall as well, so sold a lot of those. My acrylic paw ornaments have also sold quite a lot of. I do have some little gecko kits on my website available, really good for stocking fillers, so if you're thinking of getting those, please have a look at those if you want them. However, I will be closing my stall in a couple of weeks from this date, just because of postal strikes, etc. I don't want people to be ordering and then the items don't arrive before Christmas, so just be aware of that. Follow me on Instagram at LucyLuxArt if you do want to order anything, because I post updates on there with new products, of kind of postal dates and when my shop's closing, when commissions are closing, things like that. But all in all, a very good stall, a very good year of stall. I'm happy to not have to worry about a stall for a little while. However, I will be obviously making new products and new videos and new art for YouTube and my website, so things don't always stop. But I hope this has been a bit more of an insight as to how things are done, you know, the mad rush of restocking things before the stall, and then, you know, the mad rush of fitting it all in the car, driving to the event, unloading, all of that sort of stuff. So I'm not sure if I got too much footage of it all, but hopefully my voiceover talking you through it all was helpful. I know a few of you have requested to see a bit more of stall content, so if you did enjoy this and you want to see a little bit more or see a bit more specific things, please let me know in the comments below and I will happily have a look at filming something for you. But yes, so thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. This will probably be this month's vlog, and hopefully I'll have a vlog out before Christmas, so I hope to see you then. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video.